Okay guys, I want to break down some food for thought. Do you ever think about how every bite you take is like a personalized dose of nutrients for your body? Food is our body's fuel. You're not going to put water in your engine and get very far, are you? You need proper fuel so that your vehicle can take you to where you want to go. And your body is your vehicle in life. Nutrients like proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, and minerals are fundamental for us to thrive. They are the building blocks that keep our organs functioning, our energy levels up, and our immune systems in tip-top shape. So this is why it's important to know that not all foods are created equal. Hidden among the delicious flavors and alluring aromas are some sneaky ingredients sometimes that can really mess with your health. Trust me guys, I have experienced this firsthand. And this might even be a contributing factor to something that's going on in your own life right now. This is why it is so important for you to understand, and it's my mission for you to understand some of the toxic ingredients found in food so you can stop putting them into your body, because guys, they could quite literally be killing you. Let's break down the types of food that you should steer clear of. First, let's talk about processed foods. Processed foods are items that have been altered from their natural state for various reasons, such as extending shelf life, improving taste, or enhancing convenience. Processing methods can include cooking, canning, freezing, drying, or adding additives. Time magazine released an article on the study published in the journal Cell Metabolism that showed that processed foods' low price and convenience, well, comes at a cost. In this study, they found that when people ate a highly processed food diet for 2 weeks, they consumed far more calories and gained more weight and body fat than they did when they ate a less processed diet, even though both diets had the same amount of nutrients like sugar, fat, and sodium. And it wasn't a shock to find out that ultra-processed foods weren't healthy either. Other research has linked them to a higher risk of cancer and obesity. So if this study isn't a strong enough reason to deter you from processed foods, well, why else should you steer clear? Well, here's a couple more reasons, guys. 1, nutrient loss. Processing can strip foods away from its essential nutrients. The refinement process used in making white flour, for example, removes most of the fiber, the vitamins, and the minerals that are found in whole grains. So you may be sitting there eating food thinking, this is good for me, but if it's your process, then guys, you're not getting the nutrients that you need for a balanced and healthy diet. Number 2, they have added sugars and unhealthy fats. Heavily processed foods often contain high amounts of added sugars, unhealthy trans fats, and excessive sodium. These components can contribute to weight gain, heart disease, and other really terrible health issues, as we learned in the Time article. Plus, guys, they are packed with artificial additives. That's right, some processed foods are loaded with artificial additives like preservatives, colors, and flavors. And these additives might have unknown long-term effects on health. But here's the thing, we already know they have terrible effects right now. The NIH.gov said, quote, that according to several different studies, health issues such as asthma, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, also known as ADHD, heart difficulties, cancer, obesity, and others are caused by harmful additives and preservatives. They continue to say, guys, quote, some food additives may interfere with hormones and influence growth and developmental issues. It is one of the reasons why so many children are overweight. Children, unfortunately, are more likely than adults to be exposed to these type of dietary intakes. That is very sad, and also, guys, unfortunately, the truth. Let's go over some examples of processed foods so you and your family can avoid them. First, sugary cereals. I know, guys, yes, I grew up eating cereal. I absolutely love it. but that's probably because many breakfast cereals are highly processed. They are loaded with added sugars and lacking in any nutrients. They can lead to blood sugar spikes and then crashes, leaving you hungry soon after you're eating them. Plus, there's just a load of health issues around them. 2, guys, packaged snacks. Think chips, cookies, snack bars. These are often high in unhealthy fats, sugars, and sodium, making them calorie dense but nutrient poor. 3rd, frozen dinners. Convenient? Yes, I will agree with you on that, but many frozen meals are packed with sodium and preservatives. They're often lacking in fresh ingredients and can be low in nutritional value. 4th, guys, soda and sugary drinks. Beverages like soda are prime examples of heavily processed products filled with added sugars, contributing to weight gain, dental problems, and remember, guys, sugar is linked to cancer, so please just stay away from them. And 5th, guys, fast food. Yep, even though many of us love fast food, burgers, fries, and other fast food options are typically highly processed and often loaded with unhealthy trans fat, excessive sodium, and unhealthy carbohydrates. So I was recently in Estonia hosting Mindvalley University, and I was slammed. I'm talking 12 to 14-hour days with work and events. It was absolutely incredible, yes, but I was so busy. I didn't have time to just sit down and eat every meal. So I was running into restaurants to grab something quick. But here's the problem with that. There was nothing to buy pre-made in this town. Every single thing was made fresh, and I found myself so frustrated, and I realized in that moment, wow, Kate, as healthy as you are, you have been going into stores grabbing processed packaged meals for convenience. So I had to start to build in time to make sure that I ate. And here's the thing that happened, guys. Even though I was working crazy hours, even though I was not sleeping a lot, I was nonstop, and I should have been exhausted, I had tons of energy. I felt so good, so clear, because every single day, multiple times a day, I was putting real food into my body with real nutrients and real ingredients. And guys, this made such a difference. My mind was clear, like I said, my energy was high, even my skin was flawless. You don't have to take my word for it. Document it, put it in a food diary, and see what happens when you make a shift in your own life. You just feel better because you're eating the nutrients that we're always meant to eat that is lacking in our processed packaged foods, okay? So let's go back to foods to avoid, and I wanna talk to you guys about GMOs. So what are GMO foods? GMO stands for genetically modified organism. GMO foods are those whose genetic materials have been altered through genetic engineering techniques. Scientists modify the DNA of these organisms by introducing genes from other organisms, such as bacteria or other plants, to achieve specific traits. So why on earth are they doing this? Well, good question. But what they've said is that GMOs are often modified to exhibit certain traits, such as resistance to pests, tolerance to herbicides, or longer shelf life. These modifications aim to improve crop yield and overall plant resilience. GMO foods approved for consumption by regulatory agencies are generally considered safe to eat, but here's the thing, there are concerns that exist about potential long-term health effects and allergies due to genetic modifications. A study reported in the New England Journal of Medicine noted that when a gene from a Brazil nut was introduced into soybeans, it resulted in allergic reactions in individuals who were allergic to Brazil nuts. Critics also argue that some GMOs have the potential to induce cancer. mainly due to the consumption of genetically modified foods that have received limited testing. The truth is, guys, when our food is altered, we have no idea how that impacts our body, and there are no long-term data studies to tell us just how safe it is. I believe that God knew exactly what he was doing when he created this earth and the food that we need, but ultimately, guys, the choice is yours. So what are some examples of GMO foods? Well, two very popular ones are corn and soybeans. These crops are often genetically modified to resist pests or herbicides. They're widely used in processed foods and in animal feed. So now keep that in mind, guys. The meat you are eating has GMOs inside of it. This is why wild, pasture-raised, and organic meat is so important. There's also GMO salmon. Genetic modifications have been used to create salmon that will grow faster and reach market size faster. And this is why you always want to make sure your salmon is not farm raised. Then there's also GMO apples. So some apples have been genetically modified to resist browning when they're cut. Crazy. Also, more GMO products to keep in mind: squash, zucchini, papaya, potatoes, beets, alfalfa. Truly, the list of GMO food goes on and on and on. This is why when you're shopping, look at the labels and buy products that say non-GMO. So now you guys are familiar with two types of food categories to avoid, but let's go into specifics, and I want to address some of the main additives and ingredients to watch out for. So first, high fructose corn syrup. In 2004, the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition explored the effects of high fructose corn syrup on metabolism and health. The study suggested that the body metabolizes high fructose corn syrup differently from other regular sugar. Its consumption appeared to lead to an increase in fat storage, which could contribute to weight gain and obesity-related complications. Plus, guys, they found that it might influence insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes, which is really prevalent nowadays. It's also been linked to cardiovascular issues, and it is found in many sugary treats and beverages. So guys, please look out for this ingredient and just stay away from it. Okay, second, artificial trans fats. The New England Journal of Medicine in 2006 did a study that highlighted the dangers of artificial trans fats and their impact on cardiovascular health. These artificial trans fats are sneaking into fried and processed foods, and these fats are notorious for raising bad cholesterol levels and boosting the risk of heart disease, as noted in that study. Okay, third, guys, sodium nitrates and nitrates. Often used to preserve color and prevent bacteria growth in processed meats, these chemicals, guys, have been linked to potential cancer risks. A study in the Journal of the Environmental Health Perspective in 2015 discusses the potential carcinogenic effect of sodium nitrate and nitrates. And guys, this is just an extremely scary study, and it's hard for me to imagine knowing this and that this is still being put in our food. So anything that is colored, please watch out for it. Don't eat it. And as mentioned, processed meats. So guys, no processed foods. And I also have to mention this, bacon, because I love bacon, but if you choose to consume bacon or eat meat, you have to watch out and make sure that it is nitrate free, okay? I also want to tell you about the 8 industrial toxic seed oils to avoid. They are canola oil, corn, cottonseed, soy, sunflower, safflower, grapeseed, and rice bran. After these seeds are gathered, they are heated up to extremely high temperatures to oxidize the fatty acids. And this creates byproducts that are harmful to your health. They play a significant role in chronic inflammatory diseases, guys. You see, eating industrial seed oils raises our omega-6 to our omega-3 fatty acid ratios, which has significant consequences to our health. Industrial seed oils are unstable, and as I mentioned, they oxidize easily. They contain harmful additives They are derived from genetically modified crops, which we know about GMOs already. And lastly, guys, when industrial seed oils are heated repeatedly as they do in restaurant fryers, even more toxic byproducts are created. And all of this is leading to inflammation in your body. We just want to stay away from those, guys. So how can we ensure we're making the right choices when it comes to food? Well, guys, the biggest decision that I made when it comes to food is to do my best to only eat organic. You see, eating organic means you are choosing produce that is grown without synthetic pesticides, without GMOs, and without artificial additives. It's whole food that doesn't have all of the added unwanted chemicals. So this is why, guys, organic makes sense to me. As mentioned, they are pesticide free. You're reducing your exposure to potential harmful chemicals commonly found in conventional grown produce. It's also nutrient rich. The Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry published an article in 2014 that discusses the potential nutritional value of organic fruits and vegetables. Research suggests that organic foods can have higher levels of certain nutrients like antioxidants and vitamins. And we know that these nutrients play a crucial role in supporting your immune system and your overall health. And it's gentler on the earth. Organic farming promotes soil health and biodiversity. It uses natural methods like composting and crop rotation to maintain healthy soil ecosystems. And this not only benefits your plate, but guys, it also helps preserve the environment and our planet for future generations to come. So I also want to circle back on the topic of stress. When you eat organic, you are helping alleviate stress and disease from your body. Realize, guys, you have a reduced exposure to toxins. When you're choosing organic, you're minimizing your intake of synthetic chemicals that might contribute to oxidative stress and inflammation in your body, like we learned, okay? So this can alleviate stress on your immune system and reduce the potential for chronic diseases. Also, guys, you are promoting your gut health. That's right. The Trends in Endocrinology and Metabolism released a paper in 2013 that discusses the potential effects of artificial sweeteners on gut health. Organic foods often have fewer artificial additives and preservatives, and some of them have none. And we know, guys, that these additives can disrupt the delicate balance of your gut microbiome, which plays a vital role in digestion, immune function, and even mood regulation. Also, guys, your gut is your second brain, so don't poison it. Ultimately, guys, you have the power to make your own choices. I'm just simply sharing changes that I made in my life that really made a difference in my overall health and well-being. Just remember, you need to nourish your body. This is vital to being happy, to being healthy, to bringing all of your dreams to life. No matter what you choose to purchase, guys, and whatever you put in your body, do make sure you do your due diligence, because not all products are made the same, even if they are labeled organic, okay? You always have to check the ingredient list. Lastly, consider doing a food log just to see how you feel with the changes that you are making. The best person to know how this is working in your life is you. So write down the changes you're making, right? Did you delete preservatives? Did you delete sugar? And notice your energy levels. How are you reacting to this, okay? All of this is really simple, really easy, okay? It might sound a little overwhelming, but once you make these changes in your life, I promise you, you won't go back, because you can live the best, happiest, healthiest life, but you've gotta have the energy, you've gotta be healthy, you've gotta have the stamina so that you can do all of this. And a lot of this, guys, it starts with the fuel. It starts with the food that we put into our body.